Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakah Kadash. Don't want to see apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well. And Shalom to all the brothers doing the work, sincerity, and truth. Um, got this article on the Hollywood Reporter because you had like Taylor Swift, AI generated nudes and just images like just blow up on Twitter. And I think they're just getting shared in other places, but Twitter's like the main place where uh where the focus went, and then it basically started a whole discussion about like AI generated images and whatnot, and because it's obviously it's Queen Shiso herself, Taylor Swift, so that has it now being looked at as um laws being looking to be passed based off based off this happening, which isn't a surprise, and it kind of highlights how the AI is these it's being looked at as one of the miracles of Esau, one of those uh so-called great things that Esau can do that will get people enamored, people obsessed with his system, with his his kingdom, and all up in it. But this particular event looks like it's essentially, and the thing is when laws are passed, then these things essentially becomes way more concentrated as for what around the government and large big businesses and whatnot. They're all tied into that new system that's gonna come, because what Open AI was bought by Microsoft. So ChatGPT, that's the main one. But then for the image ones, you have a few different ones. It's blown up on a super level. Everyone's using it. So, you know, it's how that can be utilized is be restricted. Same thing happened with crypto, going to the CBDC, going to the RAS screen. These things it's put out there, it's used as a law, but then it's gonna be restricted. So as I say, Taylor Swift searches apparently blocked by X following AI nudes. So it says searches for Taylor Swift on Twitter/X no longer bringing up anything at all as the White House calls for Congress to take action. Searches for Taylor Swift on Saturday are drawing a blank space on Twitter as the social network is no longer showing any search results for the singer after a proliferation of pornographic AI nudes flooded the service earlier this week. The service also shows no results for Taylor Swift nude or Taylor Swift AI, the search terms widely used to circulate the illicit images, but benign sounding searches such as Taylor Swift singer still pull up results. The move follows the White House weighing in on the controversy on Friday, urging Congress to take legislative action. Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre told ABC News, "We are alarmed by the reports of the circulation of images that you just laid out, of false images to be more exact, and it's alarming." And yeah, that's kind of what's being highlighted, that like, oh, fake images can go around, but the thing is again, what you have access to in the public sphere is going to be of a lower caliber than what private companies and whatnot are working with, the military is working with. These things, they're going to have the most talented, they're going to grab them up, fund these guys to essentially get that shit ahead of the curve, because they know China's using it, Russia's using it. They're going to be utilizing the states want to be utilizing that as well. And these this what do you call it, just highlights making people aware. But then that's just on like, if you use any of these AI things, like they're like fiddly as fuck to actually try and get specific. You gotta know like how they've been trained and how to kind of get the results you want. It's fiddly as fuck. But then you'll have much more complex, you know, much more complex models for these private companies where, because I think even the Chat GPT that's released publicly, Chat GPT 3, was trained on stuff up to like 2021, so it's not even up to date on like yeah, not even like what, 3 years ago or some shit. So that shit's gonna have progressed, man, and people ain't really gonna be clued in. That's why they'll be able to put in. It's like the ones for images, it's a bit better, but then when you go to videos, it's obvious to tell like when it's been AI edited or adjusted. But then if when that shit's further developed, people ain't gonna be able to tell what the fuck's been going on. They're gonna be what you call it? Caught in the mix. So it says, false images alarming. While social media companies make their own independent decisions about content management, we believe they have an important role to play in enforcing their own rules to prevent the spread of misinformation and non-consensual intimate imagery of real people. And yeah, so essentially it's that whole, First Amendment rights, free speech and whatnot is already in the bin. People think they have it, but it's already been restricted, especially on social media, where you say certain things, you can get nuked off the face of the earth from the platforms. So this is while New York's Congressman Joe Morrell is citing the Swift news to push to pass a bill making non-consensual sharing of digitally altered explicit images a federal crime, and X and other media platforms attempt to scrub their platforms of the Swift images. And it's funny, it's just because these kind of images have been going around for all celebrities for the longest. It's like there's whole websites where you can go, there's websites you can go to and make these things. So it's not even like this is new. This is just something that has been blown out of proportion to then make it like, okay, this is a huge problem. We're gonna pass legislation off the back of this, which is the whole, that's essentially all it's going to amount to. It looks like it's something that's going to be used to to push through legislation. Because it's as far as like, I think from the beginning, like even from the beginning, like deepfakes originally was just to it was being used to put celebrities and and whatnot into into like porn videos and whatnot. That was one of the main uses that they had for it. Like it was only later on, as it developed, it really got used because it was like super, like it barely looked like the shit barely function. But it's only as it developed further that it's like you started seeing like the Joe Biden stuff and then the voice lines and whatnot. That was the one that blew up with like the voice. As that developed, you had people doing like fake music tunes and whatnot, where they'll be like, oh, they might take Michael Jackson when he's dead or Prince, and then just like write a song and then get AI version of them to to sing the song and whatnot. And they did it with like Joe Biden, Donald Trump as well, where they had like them like made up conversations where you had like the clip of what was meant supposedly Joe Biden talking about how they're going to war with Russia. So these things can be utilized now, and it seems like they're beginning to rein it in on what you can use it for, and it's just it's going to be off the back of this Taylor Swift thing, but it's obviously going to be used more broadly. Because what was it? It's making non-consensual sharing of digitally altered explicit images, and then they can broaden that definition to include like politically charged or something like there's all kinds of things. And then as well, that it's going to be utilized in a way where people aren't aware of if they're seeing an AI image or not, man. Especially if it's something where it's like a video, but it's not very clear, then that can happen in it as well. So I said, Swift inspired, so the original image. Okay. What did it say? But some new Swift inside fake images that were different from the originals. Okay, so X attempts to spread the platform which went viral on Wednesday. But some new Swift-inspired fake images that were different from the originals began to circulate in their place, possibly making enforcement more difficult. The original images depicted Swift in red body paint, sexually cavorting with Kansas City Chiefs fans, mocking her romance with Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce on Sunday. The Chiefs play their FC blah 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 blah. So far, Elon Musk has been uncharacteristically silent. So yeah, essentially, these is getting a focus now, and it's going to be utilized. To push through legislation, man, passing laws. So it's gonna manifest into something tangible in the states. Because the thing is, anyway, is they block the images on Twitter or whatever. But like I said, there's whole websites you can go and generate. There's AI websites for fucking everything. There's already been there's ones you can use if you're using it for design or something. You might be designing like a logo or you might even be doing say you want to. There's ones you can use to if you wanted to make a comic book or something that you can generate a bunch of image panels and whatnot to use. There's ones if you want to generate different characters. There's ones if you want to generate logos. There's ones for text as well, like ChatGPT's for text. The ones that these as far as for the images enforcement wise, it's not realistically enforceable. But then it more kind of seems to be for future development, stuff that's developed further. Whatever's out of the bag now is out of the bag. But then it'll be as it improves, that might be what they're trying to rein in. But the internet's the internet, man. A lot of these things on the internet, once it's gone, man. So I read this, Revelation 13:13. It says, "And he doeth great wonders, so that he make a fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had the power to do in the sight of the beast." And yeah, by those miracles, that mass amount of firepower he's able to do, that's the cornerstone of Esau's deception, man. His military might. That's what keeps people, in a state of of fear, terror of him, because they're well, how are you even gonna come against his military, his different technology, his missile systems, his nukes, his submarines, his helicopters, his Apache helicopters, his F-16, what, why are you able to come against all that so-called military capability? What does it say? But then, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had a wound by a sword and did live, and he had the power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And yeah, people are all enamored with that image, man. And that, technology, that blessing that Esau's received, that's a part of what keeps people drawn in, and this AI is an extension of it. People are thinking they're gonna be able to go out and generate, or even now there's the AI girlfriend things and whatnot. They're thinking that they're gonna have technology on a level where you might be able to put on a VR headset and then phase into some AI generated paradise, where you'd be drooling and overweight and just lying in bed, but then you got the headset on and it's like a Black Mirror episode, man. These people are really thinking that Esau is gonna push to where you'd be able to fly up into space, into other planets, and then be flying around, be super powered essentially. That's how they're caught up in the image, man. But that's something they've been essentially indoctrinated into, man. Because what Esau's kingdom, when you go to the mineral used in the statue in Daniel 2, Babylon was the gold, the head of gold, and that's precious metal. and then it went to lesser metals as it went down, and then but now we're in the realm of iron and miry clay. So as far as for it's got powerful aspects as far as militarily, that the iron, but then as well it's hugely flawed. That's like the iron and clay, man. And then even the discord amongst the people, because what you got, civil war brewing in the states now. Got various different nations that Esau coming against each other. All this place is not that perfect so-called paradise everyone seems to see it as. They'll see it, you mention any prior civilization, and like, well, this is the best civilization that's ever been on Earth so far. I'm like, bro, what do you even know about them prior civilizations? You'll say, like, oh, but it was this and that. I'm like, bro, it's like you've drunk the Kool-Aid, man, because you got a smartphone, because you got central heating, because you got Netflix. You're thinking like, yeah, this is the greatest kingdom on Earth. But then, what does it say? Revelation 20:1, it says, and I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loosed a little season. So yeah, he had the seal placed on him, and he was shut up. So what? So he could deceive the nations no more, because that's the key role. And you can see he's spectacularly succeeded in that deceit. Because why? Everyone's even people that despise this man, they still look up to and aspire to to either have a civilization run like his, or to have all the things that he has within his civilization within theirs, man. It's same as like Rome, how people look at Rome and have that big sparkle in their eyes and be like, wow. See the Colosseum, they'll see the Temple of Artemis or whatever, be like, wow. Just drooling, seeing the soldiers in array and whatnot, and be like, damn, how can you even contend? This guy's too much. That's how it is now, man. People see, they'll come to London, they'll look at, certain buildings, certain locations, and like, oh, I have a sparkle in the eye. They'll go to New York, go to Las Vegas, go to, go Washington, D.C., go to these different spots and be like, damn, yo, no, this place is the one, yo, it's lit. But then, they're caught in the mix, man. And that's that AI is a huge extension of that, man. That's something people are looking at like this, Esau's moving like a god now. And that's the transhumanism, that charagma. That as well as an aspect of that. They're looking at like, oh, so you fuse with technology and then you're gonna become like superhumans. But what, it says what? That you should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that you must be loosed a little season. So yeah, Esau's been loosed. He's in the midst now again, deceiving. Because, hey, that's his job, that's his role. But what, 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Yeah, we're ignorant of Satan's devices. We're able to go in and break down and see what this man's doing. And then actually, go into the scriptures and understand, the nature of it and what's really going on. You can, piece together different events. You have people coming out whistleblowing, from behind the scenes as well, to fill in the gaps, to then be like, yo, okay, so this is what this guy's doing, man. We're not ignorant, man. And it's like with the AI as well, with that technology being developed, we can see how it's like, well, we know, Esau is basically going to try and point the finger at brothers. So, and this AI can pay, could play a part in that. Could play a part in deceiving the people as well. Things like Project Bluebeam, with the AI technology developed, then they can, generate images where it'll be like, oh, try and bring everyone together under that one image, Just just going back to ancient Esau, the Greeks and the Romans, how they brought everyone under, uh, you know, under that one system. Because Second Corinthians 11:14, it says, "What no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light," and that's the biggest deception that's been done on people. Esau running away from the identity of Esau, and the identity, his identity is the wicked. Now he's looked at as the righteous, as the just. That's why it's like, oh, if he has the capability to do things, they're thinking, well, yeah, he's made so much things for the better. He's making technology that's gonna be better for the planet. He's doing all these things. He's like, yeah, he's trying to he's helping out. He's bringing everyone else up. But that's all BS, because they're bought into that image, which is why they can't see him for who he is. They're looking at this guy. This guy's he's leprous. He's been blighted. And as well, man, his spirit's not right. That's the key thing. The way he conducts himself, the things that that he pursues, the activities he pursues, the lifestyle he leads. These things are why he's defined as he's defined. It says what Ephesians 6. And 10, it says, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you might be able to stand against the wiles of the devil." Yeah. So we, put in that whole armor so we can stand against the wiles. So we can basically have a shield, a buffer, a protection against what Esau's, utilizing his capabilities to do, man. He's got the rule, he's got power. And what's he done? What's the image he's put on Jake, man? He's basically for the longest destroyed Jake. Jake's image, how they presented him and poisoned the world against us. But then what? It's done the inverse for him, man. Because he's got all these different nations worshipping his image, put himself up as a Most High, as a son of the Most High as well. Which is complete confusion. That's really been pushed out to the whole world. It says what? "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." And yeah, that's why we need the armor, we need the protection, because we're up against the high levels of spiritual wickedness, which that's what Esau's the bedrock of how he functions is, man. So I'll finish on this. So Revelation 12:9, it says, "And the great dragon was cast out, the old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world." He was cast out, and yeah, deceiveth the whole world. That's a key role that he's playing. And that technology, it ties in heavily to his capability to do that. And that's the thing that a lot of people are enamored with, man. They're thinking like, yo, this guy can make a smartphone. This guy can make a TV. This guy can make a car. Can make a whip. So they're like, damn, how can you even contest? But there's always been technology. But that's again, Esau's got everyone thinking, people were just walking around, knuckle dragging, swinging off trees, eating shit, until he came on the scene. But nah, that's the complete opposite. Esau was the one that was doing those things, man. He had to be, cleaned up and brought up on a certain level.
to to fulfill his role, to fulfill prophecy, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, "Now has come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our power, and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death." And yeah, the accuser of our brethren. Because that's the other thing. You saw whilst, he's had the role, he's had the capability within his hand, to fulfill his desires. What's he done? He's kept Jake on the back foot. He's kept Jake in that, broken down state. And then what? Progress himself, man. Had the whole world worship him. Had the whole world look up to his image. And then propagated wickedness with everyone wandering after him, man. Everyone following in his wake. What are they doing? Death, destruction, confusion. That's all he's about. Again, he's gonna be cast down. Because why? All these capabilities have been given is for him to fulfill a role. There's prophecies he needs to fulfill. He needs to set his nest among the stars. He needs to have the missiles. He needs to, have Jake in his hand. Have them, taken to the Americas. These things must needs be, because it's prophesied, it's spoken of. But same for Esau's end. Yeah, I'll leave it there. Shalom. Shalom.